Growing increasingly concerned, Emily noticed the clock as its hands ticked towards a late hour, and her beloved feline companion still hadn't returned home. She decided to ease her worry by preparing his favorite food, purposefully making enough noise to draw his attention. Where could he possibly be? Just as her anxiety reached its peak, she felt a significant weight pressed against her legs. Looking down, she was relieved to see Rex had finally returned. However, her surprise grew as she noticed he was carrying something with him. Emily had taken Rex into her home when he was just a tiny kitten, and under her loving care he had flourished. Over the years, his fur had grown long and luxurious, and he had become quite a large cat. Despite being showered with affection and having all his needs met, Rex had an unfulfilled longing. He was a pampered house cat, lazily basking in sunbeams and reveling in the love his humans showered upon him. But, deep down, something was amiss in his contented life. The domesticated house cat still has a lot in common with their wild cat cousins. Most cats still have the unshakable desire to go where they will, when they please. They differ from dogs in that they haven't become totally dependent on us, and perhaps it is this independence that fascinates us so much. Cats still manage to have secrets, and unbeknown to Lucy, Rex was about to give his owner the fright of her life. From a young age, Rex would beg to go outside. He would sit at the door, looking wistfully through the glass every morning, filling the hallway with his pitiful meows. At first, Emily was concerned. It wasn't lost on her that an indoor cat was far less likely to get into trouble on the streets of Montana. But still, the call of the wild beckoned Rex. Rex slowly started to explore his surroundings. He went further and further until he was lost from Emily's watchful eye. Soon, Rex was away for hours at a time. Emily wished she knew what he was doing when he was away, and she couldn't help but feel a pang of worry whenever she thought of her kitty wandering off on his own. So she bought him a collar. One day, Rex was later than usual for his dinner, and Emily's heart started to fill with worry. Rex had a big personality and a big appetite to go with it. It wasn't like him to miss a meal. By this time, Rex had become somewhat of a cat celebrity and was well known in the neighborhood. She only hoped that he hadn't gotten into trouble. An hour passed, but there was still no sign of Rex. Emily called for him and shook his food bowl, walking through the house in case he had returned without her seeing. Emily had all but given up when she felt something soft pressing against her legs. Sighing with relief, she picked him up and scratched his neck. Just then, she noticed something odd. There was a folded piece of paper, tucked into Rex's collar against his neck. She quickly unfolded it and saw that it was a note. For anyone who has ever owned a cat, the mystery of just what they get up to on their prowls is a maddening enigma, but Emily was finally about to solve the mystery. Emily, perplexed, began to read. As she absorbed what the note said, she began to giggle uncontrollably. Regaining her composure at what the handwritten note revealed, she continued. It began with a friendly hello. "This is your neighbor in the red house." Innocuous enough. Then it hit Emily that her cat Rex had been living the double life. "We just wanted to let you know that Rex has developed a weird love for our bathtub and will sneak into our home to sit in it." The note continued, "All of us in the house are 100% okay with this because we'd all love Rex very much." Now, Emily was roaring with laughter, while Rex Manning looked up at her with a bemused expression on his face. "We just want to let you know in case you were wondering where he was one of these days. He's probably in our bathtub. The red house." Finally, Emily had the answer to Rex's secret. She continued to giggle as she snapped the photo that would quickly go viral, but that wasn't all she did. Emily immediately set about writing a note back to the red house, thanking them for taking such good care of Rex. Then she tucked it into Rex's collar and sent him on his way. Meanwhile, her post about Rex's adventure had exploded on Facebook. Every cat owner would love to know what their cat gets up to when they are away from home, so the big, hilarious revelation struck a chord with many. In no time, Emily's post that simply read, "This guy came home with a note on his collar today. I can't stop laughing," had garnered over 7,000 likes and 24,000 shares. People just couldn't get enough of the cat's audacity. One woman named Donna commented, "He looks just like my late cat Spooky. Though my cat was quite the opposite. He didn't care for strangers. I hope you have many more good years with Rex." "He is definitely a character," Emily said in an interview, laughing. She explained that it was almost as if Rex had been proud of the note he had delivered. He pranced inside with it, like he knew that he had a delivery to make. She added, "I seriously could not stop laughing when I found the note. It was adorable." We've learned Rex's well-kept secret through a note his neighbor tucked into his collar, but what about other domestic cats? What do they get up to when they are on the prowl? It's a secret that every cat lover wants to know, and scientists think they finally have the answer, and it may surprise you. In a Surrey village, England, a fascinating study unveiled that domestic cats have a mischievous tendency to pilfer food from their neighboring households during their nocturnal escapades. To shed light on the hidden lives of these enigmatic creatures, researchers equipped 50 local cats with cameras and GPS trackers for a BBC television documentary series titled The Secret Life of the Cat. The revelations that followed left the experts astonished. Dr. John Bradshaw, an authority in human-animal interactions at Bristol University, shared, "Before this, we had limited knowledge of our feline friends' nocturnal activities. They are captivating beings, embodying both wild and domestic qualities." One intriguing finding, likely to bring solace to cat owners, emerged from the study. The majority of the cats prefer to remain close to their homes, rarely venturing more than 50 meters away, and establish distinct territories nearby. However, there was an exception in the form of a cat named Sooty, hailing from a lineage of farm cats. Sooty's nighttime prowls covered an expansive area of over 7 acres. Amusingly, Tom Townsend Smith, Sooty's owner, commented, "He vanishes for extended periods, and now we finally comprehend the reason behind his nocturnal adventures."